Welcome to Chroma Celebs. I'm Rose, bringing you the latest shocking updates on Sister Wives. Unexpected twists, emotional moments, and unbelievable drama. Stay tuned till the end. Kody Brown arrest. Was Sister Wives star arrested? The Sister Wives star is a man of many talents. But Kody Brown is not one to mess with the law. In the past, he has been known to steer clear of any legal trouble. Fans will recall he went as far as to leave Utah in the middle of the night when he thought he'd be arrested for practicing polygamy. So, what exactly happened to put Kody on a wanted sign? Kody Brown was never arrested, despite fake reports circulating on Facebook suggesting that he was. In December, News reported that Kody had a brush with the police where he was almost incarcerated. However, a clip has been circulating in which Robyn Brown opens up about her husband's run-in. In 2010, the entire Brown family was worried that Kody could face jail time for practicing his religion. The fourth and favorite wife noted, "The state of Utah was threatening prosecution because of our beliefs because we were a plural family." Robyn added, "We basically moved because we were trying to be family without being torn apart or thrown in jail." However, in 2016, Fox 13 reported that the Lehi Police Department had never opened an investigation into Kody. The entire family struggled with being open about polygamy. Robyn recalled that her friend would look at me like I'm wrong or I'm a sinner because I was a part of a plural family. At the time, Utah's federal solicitor Parker Douglas noted, "The practice of the Utah Attorney General's office is not to prosecute polygamists living in Utah under Utah's criminal bigamy statute merely because of their polygamist practice." So it seems Kody was never in any real danger. And Sister Wives fans know that Kody would not have done well behind bars. Kody Brown, the polarizing patriarch of the Sister Wives franchise, has once again found himself at the center of controversy, this time due to rumors swirling across the internet that claim he has been arrested. The shocking claim has captured the attention of Sister Wives fans and critics alike, causing widespread speculation and spawning dozens of viral posts, reaction videos, and social media threads. While no official confirmation has been made regarding any arrest, the sheer volume of misinformation has created confusion, prompting many to ask, was Kody Brown really arrested? As the rumors began to gain traction online, what initially appeared to be a fringe claim transformed into a massive wave of gossip that dominated TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Many of the initial posts appeared on social media platforms that thrive on dramatized or even fabricated reality TV news. Videos with titles like "Kody Brown Arrested," "Robyn in Tears," and "Shocking Court Docs Reveal Kody's Secret" began to surface in droves. Within hours, fans started reposting these clips, often without fact-checking, which only served to amplify the speculation. What made this particular rumor so compelling to the public was the lack of clarity about Kody Brown's current status. Following several turbulent seasons of Sister Wives, during which his plural marriage collapsed and relationships with 3 of his 4 wives disintegrated, Kody's public image had shifted from the spiritual head of a plural family to a deeply flawed man embroiled in emotional chaos. The arrest rumor seemed plausible to many because it aligned with the ongoing narrative of decline that viewers had witnessed on screen. Fueling the rumor even more was the mysterious silence from Kody himself. His lack of direct response on his personal or professional platforms made some believe that there could be truth to the arrest claims. However, the truth is far less dramatic. As of the time of this writing, there is no evidence, public record, or police statement to indicate that Kody Brown has been arrested for any crime. All signs point to the story being a fabrication, one born from the ever-churning rumor mill that surrounds reality television celebrities. Despite this, the fact that the rumor gained so much traction reveals just how low Kody Brown's reputation has fallen among many of the show's followers. Once celebrated as a unique and daring example of alternative family structure, the Brown family was introduced to viewers as a loving, spiritually motivated unit. But over time, public sentiment shifted. Kody's treatment of his wives, particularly Christine, Yanel, and Mary, led to accusations of emotional neglect, manipulation, and favoritism. The eventual departures of 3 of his wives painted a devastating portrait of the man once regarded as the glue holding the family together. Christine's emotional confessions about her lonely and sad intimate life with Kody during the final seasons of the show shocked many fans. Yanel's assertion that Kody verbally attacked his exes when they asserted independence further stained his image. And Mary's quiet suffering, followed by her eventual decision to walk away, underscored the deep fractures within the family. These storylines didn't just play out on television, they became central to how audiences interpreted Kody Brown as a person. So when an unverified report claimed he had been arrested, many didn't need much persuasion to believe it. The nature of the rumors varied depending on the platform. On TikTok, the claims were often sensationalized with dramatic music, crying emojis, and teary-eyed images of Robyn Brown. Some posts claimed that Kody and Robyn had been arrested for embezzlement or financial fraud, while others went further by suggesting they had stolen property from Yanel and Mary. A few even invoked the specter of domestic violence, linking Kody to criminal acts without any corroborating evidence. These outrageous claims quickly snowballed, with fans debating the details as though they were established facts. On Facebook, private groups dedicated to sister wives theories and gossip served as echo chambers where the arrest narrative spread like wildfire. Posts alleging that the Brown family compound had been raided, or that Robyn was spotted crying outside a courthouse, gained traction with alarming speed. Screenshots of supposed arrest documents made the rounds, although none of them appeared to come from credible legal sources. Yet the tone of certainty in these spaces made it difficult for casual observers to distinguish fact from fiction. In truth, none of these claims hold up under scrutiny. Court databases contain no recent records involving Kody Brown. No police departments have issued statements regarding any arrest, and no mugshots or official documents have been released. In today's age of immediate access to public records, such a high-profile arrest would not go unverified for long. The absence of concrete proof suggests that the entire rumor was likely concocted for clicks, engagement, and monetization. What makes the situation even more fascinating is how it reflects the complicated relationship fans have with the Brown family. The reality of Sister Wives is that it's always been more than just a show. It's a social experiment, a window into an unconventional lifestyle, and a cultural flashpoint for debates about marriage, faith, and family. For many years, the Browns cultivated an image of unity, resilience, and devotion to their religious principles. But as the seasons progressed and cracks began to show, viewers began to view them not as idealists but as deeply flawed individuals navigating a complex web of relationships. Kody, in particular, became the lightning rod for criticism. His perceived mistreatment of his wives, his dismissive attitude during emotional conversations, and his apparent inability to take accountability made him the villain in the eyes of many fans. So when a wild rumor suggested that he had been arrested, it felt for some like a form of poetic justice, a fantasy that reflected the emotional betrayal they felt watching the show. But while the rumor may have satisfied a desire for closure or retribution, it also raises questions about the ethics of celebrity gossip in the age of social media. False arrest rumors are not harmless. They have the power to damage reputations, affect careers, and traumatize families. In the case of Kody Brown, even if he's not universally loved, he is still a public figure with children, many of whom are old enough to see these false stories online. The psychological toll of having one's father portrayed as a criminal can't be ignored, regardless of whether viewers like or dislike him. Additionally, the spread of misinformation also reveals a troubling trend in reality TV fandoms, where the line between entertainment and real-life consequences is often blurred. Fans who spent years watching Sister Wives may feel emotionally invested in the downfall of certain cast members, but that investment can sometimes lead to a disregard for facts. When engagement becomes more important than truth, the results can be harmful. For Kody Brown, this may be yet another chapter in a long saga of public scrutiny. Even without the false arrest, his reputation has suffered mightily. His family is fractured. His relationships with 3 of his ex-wives have ended, and even Robyn, long seen as his most loyal partner, has faced growing backlash for her role in the family's disintegration. The once tight-knit clan that captivated audiences with their defiance of mainstream norms is now scattered, both geographically and emotionally. In many ways, the false arrest rumor is a symbol of Kody Brown's current status in pop culture. Once a figure of curiosity, then of controversy, he is now a scapegoat for fans' frustrations and a vessel for their projections. The desire to see him punished or held accountable, even if only in rumor, reveals how deeply viewers feel betrayed by his actions, both real and perceived. As the dust settles from this latest whirlwind of gossip, one thing remains clear: Kody Brown has not been arrested. No charges have been filed. No police report exists. The entire story appears to be an internet hoax that played on the emotions of a passionate fan base. Yet the power of that hoax cannot be underestimated. It exposed the vulnerabilities of public figures in the digital age, the recklessness of social media rumor mills, and the deep emotional investments that viewers place in their favorite or least favorite reality TV stars. Whether Kody chooses to respond publicly to the arrest rumors remains to be seen. He has rarely addressed controversy head-on, often allowing speculation to run its course without interference. But in this case, his silence may be adding fuel to the fire. A public denial could help put the story to rest. Or perhaps, like so many other reality TV stars before him, he understands that controversy, even the fabricated kind, is part of the cost of fame. In the end, the real story isn't about an arrest that never happened. It's about how quickly people were willing to believe it did. And that says as much about us as it does about Kody Brown. Robyn Brown, once introduced as the fresh new face who brought romantic sparkle and emotional renewal into the Brown family, has now become the central figure in one of reality television's most dramatic slow-burn character evolutions. What began as a heartwarming story of love and inclusion has morphed into a haunting tale of calculated moves, strategic loyalty, and emotional maneuvering that many fans now interpret as deeply rooted in control. With each season of Sister Wives, Robyn's grip on Kody Brown has seemed to tighten. Over time, viewers and critics alike have come to believe that fear, whether subtle or overt, has played a significant role in how she positioned herself as the final and favored wife. The question is no longer just how Robyn ended up being the only remaining wife of Kody Brown, but whether fear, guilt, and emotional persuasion were the tools she used to seal the deal. To truly understand how Robyn's influence unfolded, one must revisit the origin of her relationship with Kody. Robyn was not part of the original trio of Meri, Yanel, and Christine, women who had built a family over nearly 2 decades. Her entrance into the plural marriage dynamic was wrapped in poetic language about destiny and spiritual confirmation. Kody claimed that God had told him Robyn was meant to be part of their family. Her courtship was handled with a tenderness and romanticism that none of the other wives had experienced. While his earlier marriages had been practical or based on faith-driven principles, Kody's pursuit of Robyn was marked by giddy infatuation. From the very beginning, Robyn occupied a distinct emotional category in his life. As seasons progressed, the family dynamic shifted. Christine began to voice her discontent more clearly, articulating how invisible and unwanted she felt in Kody's world. Yanel, ever the independent and pragmatic one, started to distance herself emotionally from the chaos. Meri, for her part, sank deeper into isolation, fighting for recognition in a marriage that had long since died. At the center of this unraveling was Kody's increasing focus on Robyn. He spent more time at her house. He made decisions with her in mind. He used her as a sounding board for major life choices. Yet it was not just love or preference that made Robyn the linchpin of Kody's world. It was, as many believe, her ability to cultivate a space in which Kody could be both king and captive, a role fueled by fear of loss and emotional dependency. Over time, Robyn's behavior became more revealing. She presented herself as a victim of the family's tension while positioning herself as the one who most understood Kody's suffering. She would often cry during family discussions, her voice trembling as she lamented how torn she felt watching the family fall apart. These tears, however, increasingly appeared to some viewers as strategic rather than sincere. They were not merely emotional responses, they were moments of leverage. With each tearful plea or emotional confession, Robyn secured her place in Kody's heart and mind as the only person who truly empathized with him. It is this emotional monopoly that has many believing she used fear of abandonment, fear of conflict, fear of disloyalty, to solidify her status. In family conversations, Robyn often took on the role of the peacekeeper, but her version of peace often meant asking the other wives to suppress their emotions or quietly accept circumstances they found degrading. When Christine finally made the decision to leave, Robyn expressed sorrow not at Christine's suffering, but at how it fractured the image of the family she hoped to maintain. Rather than focusing on why Christine felt neglected and unloved, Robyn emphasized the pain Kody would experience. This reframing of other people's struggles into Kody-centric narratives was a consistent pattern. And within that pattern, Robyn emerged as the only one willing to take on the emotional burden of Kody's volatility. This alone gave her a power none of the other wives retained. Fear does not always roar. Sometimes it whispers in familiar tones, cloaked in concern and gentleness. Robyn's conversations with the other wives often carried the veneer of kindness, but embedded in her words were suggestions that resistance would lead to chaos, to brokenness, to exile. When Mary attempted to re-establish closeness with Kody, Robyn subtly reminded her of boundaries that Kody had already set. When Yanel pushed for financial independence, Robyn emphasized unity and cohesion, underlining how division could destroy the family. And when Christine began asserting her autonomy, Robyn was quick to frame her actions as a betrayal not only of Kody but of the plural family structure itself. This is where fear came into play, not in the form of direct threats or ultimatums, but in the emotional consequences Robyn consistently highlighted. If you leave, you will destroy Kody. If you assert yourself, you will hurt the children. If you challenge the structure, you will break apart something sacred. These were the narratives that began to wear down the other wives' resolve. And while some eventually escaped the emotional quicksand, it was not without enduring years of manipulation disguised as loyalty and faith. Behind the scenes, many fans speculate that Robyn's influence on Kody grew stronger not just because of emotional alignment but because of how she managed to isolate him from criticism. She became the filter through which all family problems were interpreted. As the other wives became more vocal about their dissatisfaction, Robyn became the one Kody turned to for validation. Her role as confidant and emotional support provider evolved into something more exclusive. Kody's language began to mirror Robyn's concerns. His anger toward Christine was laced with accusations that echoed Robyn's sentiments. His disinterest in Mary's emotional growth reflected Robyn's quiet endorsement of boundaries. Even his growing distance from his older children seemed to correlate with Robyn's protective stance over her own household. This emotional alignment created an echo chamber. Robyn reinforced Kody's insecurities and magnified his frustrations, validating his decisions while casting dissenting voices as threats. The result was a relationship founded not only on mutual affection but on a shared disdain for being challenged. In this environment, fear functioned as a stabilizer. Robyn didn't have to say "choose me or lose me." Her actions implied that peace, comfort, and emotional safety were only accessible through her. What separates Robyn's approach from more transparent forms of manipulation is its subtlety. Her expressions of concern are often paired with statements that make her seem like the victim. She has claimed numerous times that she never wanted to be the favorite wife, that she didn't intend for the others to feel pushed aside, and that she only wanted what was best for the family. But these disclaimers are often followed by behaviors that reinforce her primacy. She benefits from being the favorite. She accepts the comforts and privileges that come with Kody's undivided attention. She lives in a home far more lavish than the others and receives a level of care from Kody that he rarely extended to Mary, Yanel, or Christine, even at the height of their relationships.